Now, Mark Lamont Hill and I, we have an interesting background. He came on my show when I was on PragerU, and we heavily debated the transgendered issue. We're definitely not on the same side of the political aisle, but you know what I think? I think Mark Lamont Hill, you won't admit it, but I think over the years, I've turned him into a standis.
So they thought that they could break and destroy Candace Owens, and instead, she's on Piers Morgan this week. She's on YouTube. She's trending on Spotify, Apple, all this stuff. Now, let me be clear. This is not an encouragement to go out and believe what Candace Owens believes. I don't believe what Candace Owens believes. And I don't think you should watch stuff that is objectionable. But I got to tell you, everybody has a right to free speech. Everybody has a right to put their ideas in the public square and let the best ideas win. And they were trying to silence her ideas. So the fact that she not only didn't get silenced ultimately, but she came up and is beating the very people who they thought could control her voice because of their footprint. There's something good about that.
So Candace Owens won. Even the leftist and the liberals are agreeing that Candace Owens won, which I find amazing. Amazing. Like Jesse Lee Peterson says, wow, my hair is looking scruffy. Ladies and gentlemen, bring on the asteroid. Please make sure you guys like this video and subscribe. We have Candace Owens, and she's still taking her W. And she's doing it obnoxiously, which I love because I love her. And just like this dude, I'm a standis as well. Let's keep watching.
There's something, no, let me just say good. That's not the right word. There's something poetic about it. There's something just frankly hilarious about that.
Thank you, Mark Lamont Hill. I really appreciated that. And it actually, there's more gratitude that should be shared here. It is not just because of me and my determination, but really it's because of the people back at home that watch this show every single day all across the world. Obviously, the live chat, we're always going crazy trying to get 10K watching live. You guys believed in me. I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't have a platform if it wasn't for each and every one of you. You guys went to clubcandace.com and bought your Standis mugs, which, by the way, we should be shipping those out within the next 2 weeks. So just stand by as we have a lot of orders that we are filling, and you guys are basically investing in a startup. We didn't know how this was going to go, and it is going amazingly. So I just kind of wanted to wrap before we get into comments by just telling you from the bottom of my heart how grateful we are. You know, the whole team, we are just so grateful that you stood by us through those turbulent times. All right, now jumping into some of your comments regarding episodes past. Now, we talked about pornography. It's obviously an ill, it's obviously very bad, and yet there are people.
So if you guys want to keep watching the rest of this, you guys can go to Candace Owens on her YouTube channel. But if you guys forgot or you didn't know, Candace Owens got fired because she said that Christ is king. And she had a TPUSA conference recently in Detroit. And at that TPUSA conference, tons of young students started chanting when she was up on stage. I mean, that's insane. The aurora there, you could just feel it. Well, you probably couldn't feel it, but you could if you were there. I mean, that's really awesome. And listen, Ben Shapiro tried. He tried to say that Christ isn't king and you're fired and you can't do this. And Candace won, and the people agree. In her latest video that we just played a little snippet of, not only is she showing that the leftists agree with her and say that she's vindicated for what happened at the Daily Wire, she's also bringing up some questions around 9/11 and what happened there. Let's watch this clip.
In the days after the September attacks, there were countless rumors about strange coincidences surrounding the events. One report about a group of Middle Eastern men spotted the morning of September 11th parked just across the river from New York City has not gone away. Investigation of their presence has led to questions about whether Israel was conducting espionage on U.S. soil. We're joined now by ABC's John Miller with an exclusive report this evening.
That's right, Elizabeth. This is a case that took the FBI and the CIA more than 2 months to sort out, while 5 Israelis waited in jail. She noticed 3 men on top of a van, posing for pictures with the towers burning in the background.
And I could see that they were like happy. You know, they didn't look shocked to me. You know, they didn't look shocked. I thought it was very strange.
The witness called police, who stopped the van hours later and arrested 5 men. All 5, it turns out, were Israeli. They were turned over to the FBI. Sources tell ABC News during a check of national security databases, some of the men were listed as having had connections with Israeli intelligence. At the FBI, that set off alarm bells. The FBI needed the answers to three important questions. Who were these men? What brought them to that parking lot on the morning of September 11th? And did they have any advance knowledge of what was going to happen that day?
I can't believe this was actually on ABC. I've always heard of this. I didn't know about this. Candace just decided that she's going to jump into it, which I love. He's showing this on her podcast. This is a real thing. You would think the way that the leftists portray it, that like it was just this, white. It's just like a little Cuban girl or something. She's like, yeah, I just saw some Middle Easterns. I was like, what's going on? This is strange.
The men said they were just taking pictures at the time. They said they worked for a company called Urban Moving. The FBI obtained a search warrant for the company's offices. In the end, the FBI concluded there was no evidence that any of the five men had advance knowledge of the September 11th plot. After 71 days, the five were deported, leaving some ruffled feathers among both U.S. and Israeli officials.
All right, guys, so nothing to see there. Obviously, you'd be a conspiracy theorist if you had any questions about that. You actually would be worse. You'd probably be anti-Semite if you had any questions about a foreign government overseas that had people who were attached to their intelligence apparatus who were celebrating and taking photos.
My grandpa hasn't flown since before 9/11. And I asked him, I'm like, are you scared of flying? What's going on? Like, why don't you want to fly? And he's like, I don't like being treated like a terrorist. And so he refused to get on a plane. I really respect that. And I was born in 2003, so I've only known this. I do not know a pre-9/11 world, but many do, and many still to this day refuse to ever step into an airport because of how they're treated.
Yeah, we don't have it anymore. In fact, they collect even more information. Now they want to take your photo. We're all a suspect now. They essentially used our paralyzing fear and the media and the school system, stand up, the indoctrination, remember the people that died, to jam through the Patriot Act. We're also talking about this because they used that same fear to throw us into more endless wars in the Middle East. And
more endless wars that Ben Shapiro supports and that Ben Shapiro wants you to support as well. And he's going to use his America Second, America Last network to push. I mean, Candace is straight up killing two birds with one stone. I love to see it. And I hope she continues because this is what we need. Everybody loves the marketplace of ideas, except whenever it comes to topics like these. They love it. Ben Shapiro loves it, except when it comes to this. Then you're fired and you're out on your ass. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.